Well, hello you guys. Welcome to episode 4 of Cycle Syncing My Life for 30 days. Today is day 1 of my period, and I feel like before I jump into the video, I want to give you a little bit of a rundown of what I typically go through during my period, and then I can kind of show you what I do to support my body through this phase, but I just want to offer a bit of context because I know everyone's experience is different. Day 1 for me is usually kind of a light to medium day in terms of intensity. I do typically experience quite a bit of cramping towards the end of day 1, and then day 2 is usually quite painful for me. A couple of things in the next few days that I'm committed to and that I am looking forward to. Aside from the cramps, my number one symptom would, I don't even like using the word symptom because your period isn't a disease. I guess the main feeling I experience in my body would be fatigue. And there's an aspect of that which is actually pretty healthy. Your body is detoxing a lot during this stage, so it's normal to be feeling a little bit more tired, low key. That is not a bad thing. Now, is it always convenient? No, but we are where we are. Definitely feel very reflective, and I am peak introvert during this time. My dream period week would be sitting on the couch, watching YouTube videos, planning out my content, setting goals. I honestly would say that I'm more chill during this phase than anything. Something I started doing a year ago that really changed the game for me in terms of just my overall kind of mindset during my period is I started planning. Well, I should back up because I feel like I used to just plan the week of my period like any other week. I would schedule life events and work and everything accordingly and just kind of try and get everything done. And then if it didn't get done, I would kind of be like, well, I'm on my period, what am I gonna do? I feel tired, it just is what it is. And now I've sort of swapped things where I'm focusing less on what I get done and how I get it done. So I always plan in advance to take 1 to 2 work days on the couch. So rather than sitting at my desk, I will plan in advance. No, today I'm gonna sit on the couch. I'm gonna stay in pajamas all day. And it's just that planning it in advance makes it feel more intentional rather than lazy. Now, I do work from home, and so I have the flexibility to do that. Of course, I recognize that that is not everyone's reality, but even if you just have an evening or two that you can plan in advance, okay, I'm not gonna book anything this night, I'm gonna take a bath, I'm gonna watch some Gilmore Girls, whatever it is that just feels like freedom from expectation or needing to have stuff together, I think can be so relaxing, and just having that planned in advance feels very different to me. I'm gonna continue on with my workday. Oh, I should tell you what I've eaten so far today. This morning I had a Flourish waffle for breakfast. Flourish pancakes and waffles are my favorite. They are jam-packed with protein, fantastic ingredients. I've talked about them before. They're just a breakfast staple in our house. And then for lunch, I had a burrito. We are eating up some leftovers this week, and I'm really trying to get some red meat this week as well as some root veggies. I think I'm gonna pick up a rotisserie chicken for dinner tonight, and then do some roasted sweet potatoes and asparagus, which we already have. And I made rolls the other day because I tried to roast a chicken for dinner and it went very poorly, but it's okay. I am going to jump back on the couch and do some work for this next little bit. Ow. Ow, okay, I might grab the heating pad. Which makes sense because it's been almost, my period hit at 3 a.m. last night, this morning. So it's been almost 12 hours. Watching that footage back of just talking about working on the couch, I realized that one thing I didn't actually mention is I honestly think it has made me so much more productive during this period. It feels like a physical acceptance of my capacity and person, so I'm not expending energy trying to force myself to pull it together or be uncomfortable. It's literally just this is where I'm at, this is who I am today, and once I start there, I have found that I'm able to get so much more done. I am waiting for some footage to import to my laptop, so I figured I would just take the opportunity to kind of do a quick clean. One thing I have been trying to be really intentional about recently is not putting off tasks that are so quick to take care of but so inconvenient to not have done. Sitting on the couch looking at my messy kitchen was not a great feeling, and I knew it was only gonna take me 15-20 minutes to kind of get it back to square one. So she's not perfect, but 100 million times better. I realized I didn't actually tell you that, or show you, you probably saw, I got my nose pierced last night. I felt like I should acknowledge that because it's right in between. I ended my luteal phase video, and then we had our date night last night, and I got my nose pierced, and then I started this video this morning. You can see a little bit of the dried blood there because she's definitely in a very fresh stage of healing. I have had my nose pierced before, and I kept ripping out the piercing by accident, like in my sleep. Anyways, ended up losing it in the shower and just didn't go get it done again, but I have been dying to, and Zach planned it as part of our date night, which was very sweet. The cramps are definitely cramping a little bit, and I've been sitting on the couch with my heating pad, which is an absolute godsend. I'm so thankful for whoever invented heating pads. My footage should be all imported now, so I'm going to get back to work. I want to try and finish this video before we have dinner, and then tonight we have our small group for our church. So that will be a little bit of a later evening, but that's okay. But I need to get back to work. My cramps are actually not that bad today, which I'm pretty stoked about, but I figured I would show you my little period survival kit, the essentials that I absolutely lean on during this time. So first things first, red raspberry tea. I talked about this in my last video as well, but this is fantastic for just reducing cramps, overall uterine health. It's just really, really good for helping balance your hormones and keep the system in order. My heating pad is the shining star of the show. This is my favorite way to get some relief. I am a hot bath girl as well, but this allows me to like keep working, keep functioning as a person. I really like that this one has an automatic shut off. I think I got this from Walmart like 5 years ago, but that way I can turn it on when I'm falling asleep and know that it will turn off within, I think it's like 30 minutes. This month I'm trying out these, I don't know if it's Johnny or Joni, but they're organic cotton period products. They're a Canadian company, so I've never used them before, but so far I have tried their pads and their tampons and really liking both. In what is probably a surprise to no one, the last product I'm going to talk about is ovary. While I don't use their products during my period, these have been a staple throughout the entire journey of tracking my cycle and cycle syncing this month. If you have been here for the last few videos, you have heard me talk about ovary and what an incredible company they are. Working together on this series was such an honor. In the time that I've been on YouTube, I've had the opportunity to talk to and connect with quite a number of brands. I've become very picky about the partnerships that I accept, and I have never talked to a company more passionate about user experience and education. The gap in practical knowledge and healthcare in this area is overwhelming. Most of us did not grow up with a basic understanding of how our hormonal cycle worked or how we could work with it. These products and this company were born out of seeing that need and deciding to create a solution for it. I respect that so much and so deeply. They've created affordable, high quality products without sacrificing ethics or sustainability. They have an incredible vision for the future with the intention of being a long-term part of people's journey. Working with them has been an absolute dream for me. Not only did it feel like the most aligned partnership I could have asked for. The team is just also incredible to work with and talk to. And it's really easy to naturally share about things that I genuinely love and believe in so much. This is a company that you can feel great about supporting and know that they really want to support you as well. So wherever you are at in your journey of fertility, cycle tracking, or syncing, highly recommend checking them out. Sorry. And it's actually turned into such a gorgeous day. I was expecting it to be pretty chilly, but it's sunny and hot. So I am breaking out the summer dresses and I'm just about to go meet a friend for a walk. This month, I'm feeling a lot more social than I normally do during my period, so I'm really not mad about the plans that I have. Normally, I would be much more like, I just want to sit on the couch, feel super tempted to cancel my plans, but I'm actually really looking forward to this. So I will check back in with you when I'm home. I am feeling the fatigue today. I have not been sleeping great these last couple of nights. I don't know what is going on, but it is just hitting me today. I woke up and I have had the worst brain fog. I ended up going for coffee with a friend this morning, which was lovely. Came back, been knocking out some work, but it's kind of mid-afternoon. The brain fog is killing me. So I'm gonna try and get to bed early tonight, and I'm also gonna make sure that I think I'm gonna go to the store and maybe pick up some steaks for tomorrow, because replenishing iron while you're on your period is definitely a great call, and it's also just a great excuse to have some steaks. So if I can find some for a good price. I have been just kind of working away, doing some editing, and in a fun twist of fate, Zach's work afternoon canceled. My brain is just not focusing. So I think we're gonna be a little bit spontaneous and we're gonna go get out in the sunshine. I'm convinced that no matter what phase of your cycle you are in, there is literally nothing better for your soul or your body than being in nature. For meal planning this week, I tried to stick to nutrient-dense comfort foods. If your menstrual phase is your inner winter, think rich stews and soups, bone broth, those things that just feel good for your body to eat. It is also a great time to eat steak as well as leafy green vegetables or anything else that is rich in iron.
Food and thank you for steak.
Amen.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I think it's the detoxifying nature of being on your period, but I always feel kind of gross, not because of my period. Like that actually has really nothing to do with it, but I feel like I'm like sweatier, stickier during this part of my cycle. So there are very few things that make me feel as good on my period as a hot shower, which I am about to get into. And I'm actually really excited because I'm testing out a water filter this time. So you can probably see, it's huge. I have these spots on my face. I have a couple more that have just been like popping up over the last few months. My hair texture has really been struggling as well. And I asked my hairstylist actually initially about the texture of my hair. I was like, the breakage is crazy and it's so much oilier than normal. And she said, it's probably because of the water here that you're not used to. And I was like, that actually makes a ton of sense. I bought a filter that's specifically for shower heads that's supposed to help filter out a lot of the nasties in the water, and the reviews are great, said it was drastically improved for skin and hair. So I'm very excited to be trying that because so I've been having all of this kind of irritation, I guess, on my skin for the last few months, and I keep getting these bumps and like a lot of redness, but it doesn't seem like acne actually. Like it doesn't fully develop into zits usually, it's just sort of like irritation. So I'm gonna try this. I am also trying, I picked up today these Mighty Patch things. I figured it's worth a try because I have tried swapping out my products. I have tried everything I can think of and my skin feels really tight and uncomfortable. So we're gonna try that and hope that that works. Why do I feel like 90% of this video is me sitting on our couch? Probably because I'm on my period and it's the most cozy place in our home. Today has been a rainy day here. So we are staying cozy and dry inside, which has been wonderful. Today is a Sunday, so we did go to church this morning, which was great. And then this afternoon, the plan is really just to rest and relax before we jump into a new week. Rest is so important. Not even just in your menstrual phase, but in life in general. Taking the time to pause, to care for your body and your soul, to fill up your cup gets over preached and under practiced. We've all heard so much about, yeah, take a break, take a rest, but it really does transform the rest of your life, in my experience, when you take the time to care for yourself in that way. I'll be able to show up for the entire rest of the week from a much healthier place. I'll be more productive, more efficient, more creative. So even though it can feel counterintuitive, I'm gonna choose to take today to just be. I really like to take a whole weekend, but Sunday is a non-negotiable for me to just 100% absolutely not gonna work. With the exception, of course, of filming this series, but this doesn't feel like work. This is fun. I thought it would be kind of fun to share with you a few things that I actually enjoy doing more on my period than I do in the other phases of my cycle. Inspo list, I guess, if you're looking for ways to make the most out of your menstrual phase because you're made to do more than just suffer during this week. Number one, I love to journal when I'm on my period or freshly off my period. That menstrual follicular phase is when I write 90% of my journal entries because the words are just coming. They are flowing. And I think in my menstrual phase in particular is when I have thoughts that I just want to share with myself. Things that I'm not looking to share with other people. They're just words for me. I feel like I have a lot of epiphanies during this time about how I'm living my life and both habits that are helpful and things that are unhelpful that maybe I want to stop doing. Goal setting is a 10 out of 10 activity for me when I'm on my period. I just feel like I have that 30,000 foot perspective during this week in a way I don't the rest of it. I very much discovered this accidentally because I kept finding that I wanted to do my monthly resets whenever I was on my period, even if it wasn't the end of the month. And then sometimes the end of the month would fall in my luteal or follicular phase and your girl was not happy. Okay, I was very displeased because it didn't feel natural in that phase for me to sit down and do that. Now everyone is wired a little bit different, so take this with a grain of salt, see how you feel. This is the time of the month when I actually really like to schedule couch nights. Like my entire plan for this evening is to sit on this couch, read this book, and do nothing else. I really enjoy just planning in general during this phase. I made a list the other day of people I want to hang out with this month. And so I've started kind of scheduling in some, okay, I'm going to do this person this week and this person this week. Make sure I can actually make time for all of those connections, even though today I don't want to see anyone. Exercise this week is something that I think is a little bit of an anomaly, or at least probably not what I would have expected. Exercise drastically varies during this phase for me. There are times where I really just want to sit on the couch and rest. I also went for a 2-hour walk a couple of days ago, and honestly, it felt so good. My body loved it. I was very tired after, and I probably pushed it a little bit far, but it felt physically so good to be out in the sunshine. Maybe part of this was like the post-sick, oh my gosh, I need to be free. But there are some months where I have gone for runs on my period, or I feel more like going to the gym during this phase. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I woke up today very excited for the Mighty Patch to have done its thing, and I don't really feel like it did anything. I honestly don't think that what's happening on my skin is acne, at least not normal acne. I really think this is irritation, either because of the water or something I'm eating, because I have just never had this type of irritation in my skin before. It feels different. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know anything about dermatology, so I am pretty sure that today is the last day of my period, which is crazy because that means that we are at the end of this series. When I started this series, I was really careful about what expectations I had for how filming would go and how I would feel, because it was kind of an experiment for myself to go, okay, if I take this really seriously for a month, how am I gonna feel? But I also was aware of the fact that it takes time to make any kind of real lasting change in your body, and I wasn't sure if I would feel any different. So when I tell you that I am shocked, this is the most positive period experience I think I have ever had, that was not on my bingo card for this month. I haven't needed to take anything for the pain even once. I haven't even been close to taking anything for the pain at all. My energy levels have been lower, but very manageable. And overall, I feel like I've really actually enjoyed the last few days. Like, it's been a great week. I had some wonderful time with friends. Zach and I hung out. I feel like I was quite productive, and honestly, I don't actually feel like it interrupted my life that much, which is the goal. It was just another phase. And a huge part of that, of course, is mitigating the physical symptoms. But I do think part of that too has just been managing my expectations for what this week was gonna look like. Being prepared to have a little bit of a lower capacity and feel tired meant that I wasn't shocked for those things, and I kind of did plan accordingly so that when they happened, I wasn't scrambling to figure things out. It's very hard to isolate factors and say, you know, the supplements are the reason that this was better, or the food I was eating is the reason that I felt better, or moving my body and exercising was the reason that I felt better. And really, if I was guessing, I would say it probably isn't really any one of those specific things. I was just really focused on leaning into what my body needed this month. I almost treated it like a job because I was filming this series, which in hindsight, I think actually helped me do better at my other work and my job this month. So that's something I'm gonna need to think about and kind of chew on. Today being probably the last day of my period, I am officially now in my prep stage for the next phase of my cycle. I'll be heading back into my follicular phase and stocking up on some fermented foods, getting ready to be in a busy, creative, heavy work week, and feeling very excited about that. I just love that there's something new in every phase that I get to focus on and prioritize. That's so fun for me. I don't know, let me know if that's variability of something that you enjoy or something that's hard for you, because I can understand both perspectives, but I think I've really come to love it. I truly can't thank you all enough for coming along with me this month, hanging out with me during this whole process. And I want to say a huge thank you to Ovary for working with me on this project. If you are looking for sustainable, affordable, accessible, high quality products to help you support your body and stay on top of your cycle, these are your people. I've had the opportunity they just have so much integrity in everything that they do, and I cannot sing their praises enough. I'm so grateful to have been able to film this series and share it with you. I can't believe that we're done in the filming stage and I'm heading right now into editing. Thank you all so much for being here. I sincerely hope that you'll stick around for more intentional living, slow living, but if you were just here for the series, that is totally okay too. Each and every one of you means the absolute world to me, and I hope you have a good day, because today is a good day to have a good day. That's it. Bye.